These are 3 of the best farms for Minecraft Bedrock, and as always, there'll be a world download in the description. Alright, the first thing you want to do is make sure that you're at least 150 blocks away from all other villagers and iron farms, and after you've made sure of that, we're going to dig out a 5x5 by 9 deep hole. After digging out the hole, you're going to grab your blocks now, and we're going to place down 2 sets of blocks on this side of the hole, and 2 sets of blocks on this side of the hole. After doing that, we want to grab our beds now and place down 10 beds on top of those blocks on both sides of the farm. Then we're going to go ahead and break the blocks underneath of the beds and fill in this area with more beds to bring us to a total of 20 beds. We're just going to go ahead and do this to every single one of the blocks, then place down your beds just like so. After doing that, you want to grab your blocks again, and we're going to fill in this crack right here so that this entire area is filled in. After placing down your beds, you want to grab your blocks again, and we're going to place down blocks in every single corner of this hole, and we're going to place down a block in the center of the hole like so. Go ahead and place a torch on that center block, that way it's nice and lit up where your villagers are going to be, and then set down your 20 fletching tables here, or whatever workstations you want to use. We're just going to fill in the rest of the floor with our workstations, which is going to give us 20 workstations and 20 beds. So what comes next is 20 villagers. Now, getting villagers in here is a little bit easier said than done, and what you want to do is get 2 villagers in here, and after you have 2 villagers in here, whether that be from transporting them by boat or by rail, you are just going to breed these 2 villagers until you have 20 villagers in here. Just go ahead and give them carrots or something, or bread. They'll go ahead and trade those, and then after about an hour or so, you should have about 20 villagers. I find that's a lot easier than having to transport all of these villagers from far away. After you have all your villagers in here and you have absolutely no nitwits, which are the green coats, we are ready to cover these guys up to finish the rest of the farm. So what you want to do is find a corner here and place down a hopper running into that block, 3 blocks above the villagers, so that is on this layer right here. After doing that, we're going to place down 2 more hoppers like so, running into that hopper, and then grab your blocks, and we're going to fill in this entire area to fully encase the villagers and create a nice little spawn platform for all of our iron golems and cats. So what we're going to do now is we're going to mine out these 2 blocks right here, mine this block, and then mine these 2 blocks as well, and then you can dig yourself a little way out here. You could have a ladder, or you could build a staircase. It really is up to you, but this is going to be where we set down our chest, and all of the drops are going to end up inside of this chest. So grab a slab now and place down a slab right here, and then place down a block above that slab. That way you don't have any cats crawling into your little AFK area. And what you're going to see is all of the iron and string are going to end up inside of that chest. After building the collection system, we're going to place down a campfire in the corner right here, and then 2 more campfires on those hoppers. We're then going to grab our signs and place down a sign on this block right here, and then a sign right here and a sign right here. Go ahead and place down a lava bucket right there now. We're going to grab our slabs and place down a slab in the corner, and then 3 slabs coming off of it, 3 slabs coming off of it, and then surround the rest of the farm in leaves, just like so. This is spawn proofing, but it also just makes the farm look significantly nicer. We're going to grab our water bucket, place down a water bucket in the corner right here, which means that everything is going to flow over into the kill chamber right here, so these campfires are going to be in charge of killing off all of the cats and speeding up the death of the iron golems. Now, if we come down here, this is going to be where all of the drops end up, as I said earlier. So again, if you want to build a ladder here, that would be awesome, and this is going to be where you AFK for the farm, and that is the entire farm done. So now we're just going to wait for an iron golem to spawn. And just like that, we have an iron golem spawning. As you can see, he goes on top of the campfires, he's burning in the lava, and all of the drops are again going to end up inside of that chest. And the next farm we're going to be building is the cow farm, so let's get into it. Alright, the first thing you want to do is mine out these 2 blocks and then place down a barrel and a hopper inside of the hole. And then we're going to grab our blocks and create a little U shape around the barrel and the hopper. We're then going to grab our slab and place down a slab right here. That way you can access the barrel, and all of the XP from breeding the cows is now going to be able to be collected, which is super awesome. We're then going to grab our glass and place down 2 pieces of glass right here, and then place down 2 blocks right here and 2 blocks right here. Drop down now and place a dispenser running into this area. Then we're going to place down a sign underneath of the dispenser. We're going to grab our blocks again and create this so that it is 2 blocks tall, and then we're going to do this for this side and this side as well, leaving this back block open because this is going to be where the adult cows sit. Coming around back now, you want to place down 2 blocks right here and then create a little 3x2 platform just like this. We're then going to place down 5 blocks to create a U shape, which is going to leave us with 2 blocks and then a hole. We're going to place down a sign above the dispenser now, and then place down a temporary block right here. Place down a water bucket right here, and then grab your blocks, and we're going to create a roof over top of this with a 3x3 platform, and we're going to do the same thing over here, place down 5 blocks, but leave this center hole empty. Now what you want to do is come around the side here, and we're going to create a little bit of a staircase. So we're going to place down a block right here, a block right here, block right here, and a block right here. That way we're able to get up the farm, and we're also going to be able to lead cows into the farm. And now what you want to do is you want to lure these cows inside of the farm, and it might be difficult doing 2 at a time, but we're just going to try here. So once we get this one cow up here, we want to push him into the water, which we're going to shift around and then just get him in the right spot. It might be a little bit easier if you were to balance it with some blocks. So if you're to put blocks on this side right here, and in fact, that's what we're going to do. So we're going to move him really temporarily, place down a block right here and a block right here, then go back with your wheat. And this is going to make the process just a little bit easier because now you have something to actually push him against. So that way he lines up perfectly with the hole. So we're going to do this with the other one now and just lead him in the exact same way. Slide, push him, and then once he is in the hole, we're going to breed them. So I'm just going to do this off camera. Okay, and once you have your 2 cows in here, what we can do now is place down a fence right here and then a fence over top of the cows. Go ahead and break this fence now, and we are going to breed these 2 cows until we have about 50 or so cows inside of this chamber, which is going to be how we use the farm. So I'm going to be back when we have 50 cows. Alright, 50 or so cows later, this is a very noisy farm, I will say, so hopefully you have your sound off or you built this far away. But what we can do now is come down here, go ahead and place down a button on this block next to the glass, and then we're going to go ahead and place down a lava bucket inside of this dispenser, and that's actually going to be how we kill the adult cows. So now what we want to do is we want to break that temporary block. So this block has the sign, so this block is where the temporary block is. So what we're going to do is break this block right here, get a block ready to replace it, break this block, and place down the block right there. Now, as you can see, we had 1 baby cow remaining. He got shot into the chamber, and if we come up here, this is going to be how we use the farm. So you're going to sit up here, and you're going to breed these cows. So just go ahead and spam click with some wheat, and then all of the baby cows are going to get shot out to the bottom, and then when they grow up, we can go ahead and burn them in the lava. So let's go ahead and just breed these guys a little bit more, and that should be good. So hopefully we have a ton of baby cows down here, and yes, we definitely have a ton of baby cows down here. So what we're going to do is we're just going to wait for them to grow up into adults, and then they are going to, well, yeah, Okay, so the idea here is that cows take around 20 minutes to grow up, but the awesome thing about this farm is that you can just sit here and breed these cows for like an hour, and just keep breeding them, and then all of the baby cows are going to come down here, so you basically have a constant flow of baby cows, which is awesome, and that means that by using this farm for literally like an hour, you can have almost a full chest of steak, which is awesome, and of course, a ton of awesome leather. So to use this farm, we have a bunch of adult cows here. Take the wheat out of your hand, that we don't have guys jumping like we did earlier. And all we do now is press the button, wait for it to retract, and then press it again, and it's going to take away the lava, and all of the adult cows are going to burn, and all of their drops are going to end up inside of the barrel. None of the baby cows were harmed, which is awesome, and then again, all of the leather and stuff is going to end up down here. Now, I was a little close to the farm, so I picked up some leather, but as you can see, we are getting so many drops. And the final farm we're going to be taking a look at is an AFK Fish Farm, so let's get into it. Alright, the first thing you want to do is mine out 2 blocks right here, place down a double chest, break this block, and run a hopper into that chest. And then what we're going to do is break this block right here, place down a note block on this block, and then place down a fence on top of the hopper, and then a pressure plate on top of the fence. We're then going to waterlog this fence post, and the water is going to flow into this hole. Then we're going to set down a temporary block right here with an iron trap door facing in that direction, so that way when we walk into the pressure plate, it opens upwards like that towards the note block. Now, the awesome thing about this is it is completely AFKable, meaning you do need an auto clicker, but again, it is AFK, so this is going to work on all Windows 10 platforms and anything else that you can get an auto clicker on, so I highly recommend this because you can run this for like 8 hours, 16 hours, it doesn't matter. Alright, using this farm really couldn't be any easier. All you need to do is set your auto clicker to 1200 milliseconds or 1600 milliseconds if 1200 doesn't work. Set your mouse button to right click, and then all you have to do is stand all the way up here, get as close to the water as you can on the edge of the chest without actually standing in the water, and then look in between the pressure plate and the iron trap door in line with the fence post. Go ahead and start your auto clicker now, and as you can see, this is complete completely AFKable. After you catch a fish or treasure or whatever, you are going to collect it. The XP is going to end up inside of your inventory, and all of the drops are going to end up inside of the chest after your inventory is filled. So once you have a full inventory, all of the drops are going to end up inside the chest. That is why we caught the raw cod here. Alright, that is going to do it for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, then be sure to subscribe and leave a like. And also tomorrow, this video should be going out on Thursday, so on Friday at 6 p.m. EST, I will be doing my first ever live stream, so make sure to join me then. That is it for today, though, so hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. My name is 1UpMC, and I will catch you guys in the next one.